Are you bored of the usual character archetypes?
Do you feel like you see the same characters over and over again?
Is there not enough chaotic energy in your podcasts?
Well, have we got the solution for you?
Hi, I'm Harper.
And I'm Darby.
Chaotic Creations is a podcast where we take the weirdest character prompts we can think of and make playable Dungeons & Dragons characters.
There's bad jokes.
I wonder what Minotaur sounds like.
When they're really, having a heartfelt speech is really moving.
Backstories.
I am an eagle Kenku.
She probably just says eagle. And people are like, not quite.
And of course, plenty of chaos.
You know, I don't consider mayonnaise to be a liquid, but I also don't really consider it to be food.
Maybe he squishes his pecs together with like a little symbol in between. Goes.
We upload new episodes every Wednesday, and you can hear the two of us
And some guests.
make some truly strange D&D characters.
Find us on your local podcatcher of choice, and check us out on Twitter @ChaoticPod.
I'm Harper, your lawful nerdy paladin,
And I'm Darby, your chaotic tired bard.
and we hope you'll join us on Chaotic Creations.
You know things, I know some too. Sit right down, the Femsplain them to you. If there's a thing you wanna explain, these two feminists can entertain. Nerdy stuff, sexy stuff, so much to know. Tune in for the Femsplain Show.
Femsplained!
Good afternoon, Diana.
Good afternoon, Avalon. And
Yeah.
good morning, listeners. They always have to listen in the morning.
I know. I set that rule.
Okay.
So, what are we doing? Are we making a podcast again?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I feel obligated at this point. I'm not going to lie.
I know. I'm sorry. But if you wouldn't mind making a podcast, I think it would be fun for us to do.
Okay.
All right, good. Thanks. Well, what's the podcast called?
Podcast is called Femsplained.
And what is that?
I don't know anymore.
Femsplained is a femmes-only clubhouse podcast where the femmes have the mic, but everybody of every gender representation and identity is welcome to come and listen, laugh, and learn with us.
Live, laugh, love.
Last week I was so excited about last week's episode. I got to Femsplain one of the most ridiculous things in my memory, which was Lonely Girl 15.
I can't believe that was last week. That feels like forever ago to me for some reason.
It does. I've obsessed over it so much since then. I think that's why. But it does feel like such a long time ago. So before we get into what our new topic is, I would like to know what nerd culture's done for you lately, Avalon.
I will say not a lot because I have been consuming way too much news.
Yeah.
I have just been staring at the news. So this past week was the time leading up to the inauguration and then the first couple of days of Biden's presidency and just all of the impeachment stuff. And I feel like I've just been way too glued to what's going on with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same.
And that's really, really mostly been my entire life. I have been taking a break from watching Doctor Who, which I had mentioned in the last episode. And yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's it. It is a really weird week it's been. So that is that's very fair. I feel like, although I also feel very glued, I had a couple of really nice experiences. Some I can't talk about.
At all with me?
With you, I already talked about them.
Okay, well, I've just
You already
forgotten.
Yeah. But last night.
Oh, yeah!
What?
I just remembered.
That what? what we can't
what we can't talk
okay.
about. Okay.
So last night Brito, who was on the podcast
Our first
a while
guest.
back, our
Yes.
first guest ever, she had reached out to me very impromptu and was like, "Be on this charity stream that I'm doing." So I got to come on and talk with them for an hour, and we just talked about like. We laughed so hard. We both cried a lot. We talked about gender identity. We talked about like racial identity and nationality, and it was just like a really, really deep conversation that was also pretty dorky and nerdy and like and loving and stuff. And it was very heartwarming and nice. It was a genuinely lovely experience.
I wish I had known that was happening. I totally would have tuned in.
It was very last minute. It was
Well, cool.
yeah, and she did a great job too. I think she raised. I'll have to double check, but I think she raised like $1,500 in that one stream.
That's awesome.
Because they're awesome, yeah. So that I think that is the biggest nerd thing that I can talk about right now that happened this week.
Very cool. What about not related to you slowly taking over the world? You've been consuming anything?
Oh, yes. Okay, so this is a real dorky one, but I watched, which I'm very surprised that I got through the show, but I'm very glad that I did. I watched a few weeks ago Bly Manor, the new show that is ghosty and spooky,
Yes.
but is yeah. So watching this show, which was a struggle for me because I'm not good at scary things at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
It actually like took a lot of work for me to get through that show, but I could not because it was such good storytelling. But I was very obsessed with the like romantic tension between two characters in particular, the house chef and Hannah, the woman who like takes care of the kids. And all throughout watching that, I was just like really, I don't know, I was just obsessed with how much chemistry these two had with each other without like ever touching each other, like without like ever having like an actual romantic scene ever, like, but that from the beginning of the show, like I was just cued into the fact that they were madly in love with each other. And I liked that so much, and I've been thinking about it ever since, and something I guess reminded me that the actor who plays the chef is somebody that I know like from something else. And I couldn't figure out what that was. And finally somebody on the internet said it and triggered that memory. Anyway, it's iZombie, which is a like comic booky TV show that's also like a procedural like cop show. And it's cheese, but it is a very enjoyable, dorky cheese, and I've been rewatching it, and I'm loving it.
I watched a couple of episodes of that. My mom had really encouraged me to watch it, and I think I didn't have any problem with it, but it didn't like grab me.
Yeah, I mean, it took a couple episodes to grab me, but I also, I don't know, it's easy watching, but
Yeah.
it's very nice, yeah.
I'm all about easy watching. I'll watch some garbage. I watched, and I actually really miss it, I watched all of some TV show on Netflix that's like a British, it's called like Dream Home or something. No, it's not called that. I don't know what the fuck it's called. But what it is it's people building their own houses. And it's like, it just checks in with them every few months to see how the progress is on them building their houses. And they are interesting and strange houses in a lot of cases. And I got so fucking into this show, and I don't know why. I'll say the whole thing, not worth watching. There's one episode where this family, over the course of like 10 to 15 years, builds the most amazing Hobbit house. Like, it's like a Hobbit mansion, Like,
Oh my
it's
God.
the most beautiful. Everything is by hand. And so everything is like a little bit asymmetrical, just very rounded lines. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it was so calming just to watch the episode. And I cannot recommend it enough. And when
That
I say
sounds
recommend it, I
awesome.
mean I've totally not said what it's called, so no one can watch it. But it's my
Yeah.
dream.
Everybody go figure out what show
What I'm
Avalon's talking about,
yeah.
and then tell me, and then I'll watch it.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, that does sound really adorable. I really, that's all I've got to say for nerdy things in general right now. But I am excited to do this topic.
Can we give a little bit of background on choosing this topic because it's very funny to me?
Sure.
So, as listeners hopefully know by now, we have started a Patreon, which has been really exciting. As of recording, we are up to 13 backers, and we are really hoping to get 15 this month. So that's just really cool. So thank you if you're someone who has backed us. But we decided to open up what this week's topic will be for a poll. And it was an unheard of 3-way tie. 3 out of 4 of the answers all got the same number of votes. So
Then
then we moved it over to Twitter to see what people would vote on, because we're equally happy to do any and all of these topics, and we'll probably do them in the future. But again, not a 3-way tie this time, but a 2-way tie.
two-way tie, yeah.
Yeah, so really just at the end of the day, we were trying to displace the burden of having to make a decision, and it has done nothing but come back to us.
Yeah. Luckily, we got one last minute person who subscribed to the Patreon and voted and finally tipped the scales by 1 vote.
Yes.
At the last hour.
Yes.
So thank you to Tom the fanboy for
Oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
Tom had done it. All right, great.
it was Tom who officially tipped the scale to this topic, which we can't tell you what it is until we get a man to explain it to us.
In a mansplained minute, everything's explained. In a mansplained minute, tell the ladies what to say. In a mansplained minute. Putting 1 minute on the man watch and go. What is the best Disney movie? Well, what makes a thing best? Edge, of course. The edginess of a thing. That's what makes it awesome. And by that definition, the most awesome and therefore best Disney movie is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't need my Disney animated classics to hold my hand or make me feel good or be fun. I want a Disney movie where the villain is a disgraced magistrate, and the thing that you fear most is God. Oh, you want sing-along songs and hooks that get stuck in your head for days? Go watch Moana. I'll take Out There, a song about longing for what you can never have, or Hellfire, a song about... never mind what it's about. The point is, not all Disney movies have to have a happy ending. And that's why I think Hunchback of Notre Dame is the best. Runner-up is Black Cauldron.
Well, we're going to try something new, actually.
I'm pretty excited about this because I've got some.
I am too.
I've got some combative energy.
Yeah, I can tell. It's like there's like a little aura of fight.
I meant in general.
So we, instead of doing a fully mutual splain where we both talk about something we equally love and enjoy and nerd about it together, we thought we would take something within a topic, pick our favorites, and fight about it.
Yes, and I actually think that this is a really good model for like more episodes in the future.
We may do more of these
Yes.
depending on how it goes. So the topic overall is animated Disney films,
Yes,
right?
and we're not
we are
including
each-
Pixar. Or,
Okay.
Or
yeah,
are we?
Right.
Does that fuck you up?
No. That's correct.
Yeah.
I have to mentally think about where Pixar starts and Disney ends.
Sure.
Because it's a very,
Toy
very
Story is the
incestual
answer. Yeah.
relationship there. So we are going to take the overarching Disney animated films from our childhoods, pick our favorites, and duke it out.
Yep.
Yep. Avalon, you want to go first?
No.
Okay. Great. All right. I think mine is a solid hands down choice. I think that we've had this discussion many a year ago, and I don't think
I don't remember
you remember it. I barely do, but I remember you getting mad at me.
Because it's going to be some obscure bullshit, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's The Lion King.
Oh, that's pretty safe.
The fuck does that mean?
It just feels like a safe choice. I support that. I also have a safe choice. But I did think that you were gonna say Black Cauldron.
No.
Or some
fuck is that?
fucking bullshit that I'm sure is good, but it's like a hipster Disney movie.
Yeah, no. Fuck is that?
All right. So I'm gonna say Beauty and the Beast.
All right. Well, I already have punchy energy about that one. I think that there are more offensive Disney films, for sure. But you definitely, that's, come on.
Well, all right. So I approached this as the movie that resonated the most with me during my childhood.
Okay. All right. How did it
Not the
resonate with
movie that the internet has the easiest time playing fucking psychotherapist Tumblr with.
Okay. What parts of Beauty and the Beast resonated with you?
Okay, 1, I thought I was better than everyone around me.
Okay. Which character is that? Is that Belle?
Belle.
Yeah, she is a little bit elitist.
Yeah, I definitely thought I was too good for everybody in my town. I thought I was super special, so smart, and destined for greater things.
Okay. So you identified with Belle.
Absolutely.
And
she, at the time, seemed to me to be, of the Disney princesses, the most independent.
Are we? Okay. All right. We have a lot to unpack. So there's a lot of trauma involved in this decision.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the Disney character whose entire movie she spends locked in a dungeon, and her redemption arc involves becoming in love with her captor, is the most independent Disney princess because she, hold on, let me check my notes, read a book.
The problem that I'm having right now is how this has mirrored my own life.
I know. Because Francis doesn't let you out of that room.
No, not because of Francis.
No.
Okay, so also the charming supporting characters are so good.
That I agree. I can't fight that. It's
got a great
clock
cast.
And the chandelier and all the other furniture that frankly did not deserve to be part of this curse.
Cogsworth and Lumiere.
Thank you.
Not the clock and the chandelier.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're
How
fantastic.
could I have?
The wardrobe is also fantastic.
Forgot about the wardrobe.
But
yeah.
most importantly, Mrs. Potts always reminded me of my own grandma.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah.
I loved her. I loved Mrs. Potts. I love my grandma. She's still alive.
Oh, good. Can we talk about how fucked up the witch is in this movie? I think we've talked about this off air before, but
we have actually. And I went down, much like our Wizard of Oz Muppets rabbit hole. I went through this whole thought experiment about the backstory of the witch, if it was written in the way that Wicked is written, from an unexpected perspective, giving more context to a fairy tale. And then over Christmas, I watched the animated Beauty and the Beast Christmas movie, which I have huge issues with. But it does actually give a little bit more to the curse scene.
Really?
It does.
Does it excuse the fact that she also curses all of his support staff?
No.
No, okay. Because that's the thing I can't get around. I mean,
Yeah.
like, other people also pointed out to me that the prince was a child when he was cursed, which that part I forgot about.
Yeah, that to me is, well, I was going to say the most fucked up, but no, you're right. The staff is more fucked up.
Yeah, because they didn't do a damn thing.
No.
They just worked there.
And also, I don't feel like there were actually that many members of the staff. I mean, like millions, like down to every single fork.
I feel worried that, like, there were more staff when the curse started and that, like, something terrible happened. I overthink perhaps, but there's a part of me that feels very worried about
So the Beast is worried about this deadline wherein he stays a beast forever.
Yes.
When everybody stays a spoon forever, do they become like a spoon? Or are they still a person spoon?
I think that they stay the way that they are.
Oh, well, I think it would be
As,
more
like-
fucked up if at the deadline
Yes.
they all just turned into those objects. And I
Well,
prefer
because
that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
The stakes are
well,
higher. And then the beast, when he becomes a beast forever, is like fully an animal.
Right. But the problem being that in the beginning of the movie, before he kidnaps Belle, they've all given up, including the beast. Like, he's forgotten about the deadline. Like, he's just already accepted
No, he
that,
has
like,
not.
this is never gonna, I'm pretty sure that's the
I
case.
mean,
I'm
I
pretty-
think he acts like that to sort of, cope emotionally, but he's still hanging out with the Rose.
this need to justify his behavior, Avalon.
Listen,
We're-
he was fixable.
God,
All she
clearly.
had to do was give up absolutely everything. And she was able to
yeah.
fix him.
She was. She sacrificed her own life to save her old dad.
Yeah.
And then to save the beast. So really just
I mean, I
no
think that-
self-preservation.
I think sacrificing to save the old dad, I don't think we should criticize that.
No, but I mean, I'm seeing a
What are you saying,
pattern
like he's
is what
old,
I'm
so
saying.
fuck him?
No, I'm just saying, like, maybe we don't just do trades like this. Also, why did her dad, I would just, let's say no to that.
No to what?
To this trade.
Oh, well, somebody had to do it. He trespassed, and so somebody had to be a prisoner forever.
Sure. Sure. I don't understand. All right. So the resolution of this movie, does that resonate with you at all? Because the resolution
Resonate?
is that, yeah. Because
What resonated with me about the resolution of this movie was fucking Gaston is scary when he gets wet and is climbing on the roof. Beast isn't doing it for me in his human form. Always the biggest disappointment as a child. I think I was more into him
Okay.
in beast form.
okay. Disney has drawn some hot animals before. I will give you that. But
Beast is
this,
not one
I'm
of them.
sorry, it's just not one of them.
I agree with you, and that's how not into human beast I am. Does he have a
Human
name?
Beast is not good. I'm sure he does.
And 3, Lumiere, also not hot.
That I expected.
He seemed pretty fucking hot to me as a candle.
He seemed like a predator as a candle, but then,
No.
he turns into, I'm just saying.
No, everything going on with him and other people, totally consensual. He's just got a lot of sexy energy.
Yeah. Maybe he does better as a candle.
No one is as hot as I expected them to be, is the real disappointment at the end.
Okay, that's fair.
Is it? You don't have to give me that.
I agree that no one is as hot as you expect them to be once the curse is lifted. That I think is true. And I think that it would have really affected me more if Belle was like, I'm gonna go. Afterwards, like, she did the right thing. She saved everybody, even though that should not have been her responsibility. But, then she can leave.
I would like okay, suspending the issues with absolutely everything. It would have been nice if once the curse was lifted, because they are so close to that little town, right? I feel like you see her going back and forth. Like, she works in that town as maybe a teacher or something related to writing or literacy that's so important to her. Or she invites them to the library. But you see some kind of a connection, so you're not worried that she literally never leaves that place.
Yeah, I assume that she never leaves that place.
Or, like, have some of the villagers there at the fancy party at the end. Like the bookkeeper guy.
Because this is she's just made this her new reality.
Well, I know, and that's a problem for me. But I will say that I do think Beauty and the Beast, part of the reason it's on this list, not just because I thought that I was destined for greater things, which I guess all children do, but that the Belle had some songs that resonated with me specifically for that reason. But, and again, we're talking little kid. I just want to be clear. I'm not talking about college. I'm talking about second grade.
When Avalon was very little is when she was so attracted to the Beast.
Yes.
We don't want anybody to be mistaken here.
Yeah. Okay. But I think that the music in the movie.
Oh, God, this is where we really disagree. I was just going to say how Beauty and the Beast has like one song that's good. The rest are not even there.
Drugs.
It's just not there. The Lion King has consistently the best music. The entire beginning to end, best music. Best villain song. Fucking
Lion King has better music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But I'm not comfortable with saying Beauty and the Beast only has one good song. Okay, I think that the townspeople song is good.
The one where they're like, "Hey, Belle, why are you being so fucking mean all the time?"
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Hey, Avalon, why are you being so fucking mean all the time?
I would love to have a song where everybody sings to me about how mean I am, but also special. And then I ignore them all and I read a book. And then
you're like, wow, what a boring town.
And then some fucking guy talks about how I'm the best.
But he talks about how you're the best, but then he takes your book out of your hand and throws it, like, gets it all wet.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you just punch him?
Yeah, and Belle wasn't into it either. But it still happened. I don't know. Okay, what else? Tale as Old as Time is solid. It's a little boring, but it's
Tale
a nice
as Old
song.
As Time is the one song I'm thinking of.
You're not thinking of Be Our Guest?
I gotta be honest, not really, no.
All right, well then let's just start this episode over, and I'm gonna say that my favorite Disney movie was Little Mermaid. Because it was a really close tie, and I went with Beauty and the Beast, but I shouldn't have, because the more I talk about it...
Little Mermaid is, I think, a little bit better.
I thought it was more problematic, because
she trades her natural born talent to become a regular plain old human being instead of a beautiful mermaid princess for a guy that she's never met.
Yeah, and also because she's very young.
Yeah, but you know what? Disney movies don't make any ages clear ever. They don't ever tell, like, they draw...
No, they talk about her being 16. I'm like 90% sure. Because in the beginning, her clamshell moment was like being presented.
Ugh.
Yeah. Her clamshell moment was being presented.
No, that sentence, throw it away. Get rid of it. I never want to hear it again.
But it was empty.
Okay.
Oh yeah, fuck it. You know, I should have gone with my instincts. Sorry about this episode, everybody. Little Mermaid, so good. Flotsam and Jetsam, so good. Ursula's so good.
Ursula is great.
Yeah.
Ursula is spectacular. I can't fight you on that.
And I will say, I think that Ariel's voice acting is stellar, because when she is upset when her dad fucks up her room, it made me cry.
Oh yeah, no, that was very painful
Yeah.
to watch as a kid. I felt like I guess as a kid that part definitely felt like the fuck your parents energy in that movie was very relatable.
Absolutely. Anyway, so that's mine. You go.
Okay. So The Lion King. I think the reason why this is so good is because story-wise, it's very close to Hamlet. It's not exactly, but it's pretty close to a classic story.
So not original. Great.
No, which nothing Disney, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, these are all stories that have been stolen.
I know.
So, but at least this one was stolen from Shakespeare, and frankly, he deserves it.
You feel like Shakespeare is superior to Hans Christian Andersen?
I think that Shakespeare, at least they didn't sanitize the story so much, whereas all of their Hans Christian Andersen tale stories were turned into prissy little romances.
Okay. Here's where you're wrong. If you were claiming this is Hamlet, they absolutely sanitized it.
I'm sorry, they show Scar licking clean Mufasa's bones and throwing them against a cave wall after he locked Zazu inside of Mufasa's ribcage.
That's not Mufasa. That's just an animal.
It is a dead lion.
No, it's not.
It is a dead lion. The skull that he is
It's not
miming,
Mufasa.
That's Mufasa's
That's
skull.
Mufasa.
That's Mufasa's skull. That's Mufasa's skull.
No.
So here's what's going on. Stampede happens. The stampede runs over. The next scene cuts away. Mufasa's body is gone. 2 scenes later, Scar is licking clean a lion's skull, and Zazu is trapped inside of a lion's ribcage. It is Mufasa that
No.
Scar has eaten.
That's too fucked up. That's not what it was. I reject it. But what I would like to so if this really was Hamlet,
Yeah.
what I wish was that Nala was as fucked up as Ophelia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a Nala Ophelia losing it scene.
You know, oh God. Wow, that'd be fantastic. No, so obviously, they didn't keep absolutely everything in there. It is not a necessary retelling of Hamlet, but it does deal with that thematically and has excellent stellar music beginning to end. Excellent side characters. You have Nathan Lane in this goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Being hilarious,
Being
being wonderful.
Do you think that it's a little pandery?
To who?
To the
gay meerkats?
Maybe not Timon so much as Pumbaa. I just feel like the fart jokes are like really shoved
pandering
in
to
there.
the fart community.
Pandering to
Pumbaa-
like little kids.
That's who it's for. Why aren't kids allowed to hear fart jokes?
No, it's like not pandering, but like dumbing down. You know, like not giving
because-
kids enough credit.
I'm sorry, that Pumbaa's line about how the stars are burning balls of gas miles and miles away, and Timon's like, with you, everything's gas. But he's right. Brilliant piece of dialogue.
Yeah, that's okay. But then, like, I don't know, just the straight up farts.
Yeah, there's like 2. It's like,
Is there?
It's not that
I might
much.
be so I remember watching the animated series a lot, and that I might
Oh,
be.
well,
I know.
I'm sure there's, less effort into the writing.
You know
of
who had a
that
good
kind of
animated
stuff.
series? Little Mermaid.
I've heard that. Yeah. But yeah, it's got great music. It's got a pretty serious theme. Also, like the villain is kind of defeated by his own like fatal flaws, which is nice. It's not like, nobody has to be forgiven in like some sort of cheese balls kind of way.
Well,
like he actually loses.
I think that's consistent in I mean, I don't know which movie I ended up picking, but Ursula certainly was
Ursula
not
doesn't,
redeemed,
yeah,
nor was
that's true.
Gaston.
No,
Both
Gaston
were
wasn't. But the
killed.
Beast
was not the
forgiven for
villain.
everything.
But he was.
But he should have been.
I mean,
He
you're not
was-
wrong. You're not wrong.
He was the villain.
But I would say the same for King Triton.
King Triton was forgiven,
Right. Well, I would say if the Beast was the villain, then King Triton was the villain.
and he was forgiven.
Yeah.
He was redeemed.
All right, but who's the parallel? Zazu.
Zazu. and Zazu gets his comeuppance early, and then he has to choose the right side.
Man, this is the worst Versus episode ever because all I can think about are reasons why you're right. So I think that The Lion King is really strong because I can't think of any other Disney movies off the top of my head where the protagonist is where we see them as flawed and like humbled
Yes.
as Simba is. Simba's moments of self-doubt and uncertainty and identity crises like all feel so authentic.
Yeah.
And we really see the growth of that character.
Yeah, literally, they do a time lapse
Oh,
of
shut
him
the
getting
fuck
old.
And the time lapse is him just like throwing his head on the log.
Yeah, when he goes from being Jonathan Taylor Thomas into being what the fuck is his name?
Oh, I don't know. Was it somebody famous?
Yeah. He Ferris Bueller. He's
Oh, duh.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas when he was young Simba, and then he's Ferris Bueller, who has a real name.
Yeah.
When he's older.
Matthew Broderick.
Thank you.
Wow, what a hunky lion.
I know that I was very attracted to all stages of that lion through many stages of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Were you on the JTT?
I was not on the JTT
crush
train. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the earliest sign of my gayness is I was not on the JTT crush train, nor was I on the Leo crush train.
I think it's pretty gay to have a crush on JTT. I mean, you know, all those like femme boys with feathered hair when we were tweens. They were.
I liked Baby Spice. And I did not have room for anything else.
It was just Baby
It was
Spice.
pretty much just Baby Spice. Or Bust. Yeah. I also had a crush on Billy Joel Armstrong as a little kid.
I was really glad you finished that sentence.
Yeah, no, not or Billy Joe Armstrong. I always fuck that up. I remember
like, what the
seeing
fuck?
the When I Come Around music video when I was really little and thinking like, that definitely seems like somebody that I'm romantically interested in.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot.
So now that we're just talking about The Lion King being so great,
Yeah.
let's talk about Nala.
Yeah, and how she had very sexy eyes.
Well, that's weird to me.
Well, all right. Look, we're gonna talk about how Disney draws
Oh,
animals
you
sexy.
mean older Nala? Sorry.
Older
I know. I was
Nala, yeah,
was
of
just
course.
thinking about younger Nala. Yeah, older Nala is specifically drawn.
No,
with some
I only
bedroom
have
eyes.
crushes on age-appropriate animals in Disney cartoons. Avalon, I'm not a creep.
Well, I was just thinking about the Pinja scene, and I thought you were gonna say that Nala was like a badass because she was better at being a lion than Simba, and I auto completed what you were gonna say, and I did it incorrectly.
Yeah, well, she does. They do a callback from that when she meets him as an older lion.
Of fucking course they do.
Yeah, and she goes and she pins him, and then she looks down at him with her sexy eyes,
Yeah.
and then Elton John is like, "Hold my beer."
Nala's coming in with some heavy top energy, and then Elton John really waters it down.
Which I think is consistent with the limited understanding I have about how lion prides work. Because if I understand it right, everybody's related and everybody's fucking, and everybody is trying to compete with each other to fuck the idiot dude. Like the one loser dude that's in this pride. And Nala's like, this is my idiot dude.
Yeah.
And she claimed him. Yeah.
Yeah. But then he went back and fucked all of the other lions.
Right, but she's got to maintain her pride somehow. So she just, gives
mean pride
everybody
or
that
pride?
stare down. Ha!
Ah. No,
Yeah.
but really, I didn't know which one you meant.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't know either.
So I think that, so Nala takes it upon herself to solve the Scar problem
Right.
by getting Simba. But don't you think
Right.
that Nala could have just taken care of it herself?
I think that, probably not without getting attacked by the hyenas.
Ah.
I think that hyenas are actually like tougher than lions. They just don't they're just not natural predators. Like hyenas are scary.
Yeah, they're scary. I don't know about one-on-one, but I think that...
No, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of them, which brings me to the best villain song in Disney history.
Be Prepared is amazing. Did you
Yeah.
see the live action?
I didn't, and I guess I was disappointed by the live action Beauty and the Beast, and then I was what else was I disappointed by? And I'm afraid to watch this one.
Jungle Book, did you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't watch this one.
Don't. Yeah.
No.
That's kind of what I was afraid of. I just don't want to be let down.
Yeah. Specifically around this particular.
Be prepared. Oh,
Yeah.
silver platter.
I know. And it's funny because I went into it, I had a free ticket and I didn't expect to like it. I was just in it for the popcorn. And so I was being very forgiving. I was being very forgiving of how bad of a job they did with fucking Timon. With what's his face, who I do not think is
breaks
funny.
my heart.
What is his name?
Who played Timon?
So and so on the street.
What? Oh God, no, that person's not funny.
Yeah. And
Okay.
and then I think, what's his name? Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm blanking so bad. The guy who's in all the stoner movies, Seth
Rogen
Rogen was Pumbaa.
was Puma.
Yeah, which
I
is
don't know.
fine.
He can be
that
funny.
was fine.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I was willing to forgive that as bad as it was, but then they just fucking squandered Be Prepared.
I am gonna watch it.
Yeah, that's your
Just
homework.
Be prepared.
Yeah, just watch.
I'm
Be
gonna
Prepared.
watch Be Prepared, and I'm gonna let myself feel that
Yeah.
disappointment.
So anyway,
Yeah. Wow. So Be Prepared, great villain song.
best villain song, one of my favorite burlesques I've ever done.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the hyena trio. I think we get two groups of side characters that are really fun.
That's true.
We get the little trio of hyenas who are a riot, and then we get Timon and Pumbaa and
Zazu.
Zazu and
Rafiki.
Rafiki, yes. There's so many good
Yeah.
side characters now that I'm thinking about it. And also they made all of the bugs look delicious, even though I would never ever eat a bug.
I could not decide if they looked delicious or gross. It really it depended upon my watching of it. Because that one slimy yet satisfying worm, I feel like I could imagine what it tastes like, and it was pure umami.
Yeah.
But then also I wasn't sure if something about the texture of it would be wiggy. But it was.
Well, I'm sure in real life it would, but it looked on screen very appealing. It
Well,
looked like a little
yeah,
jelly
that's what I
belly.
mean. I don't know if this is normal or not, but as a child, I really, really liked fantasy or cartoon food. I really, really liked connecting with what I thought the experience of eating it would be like, and that was
for
one
sure.
that really stands out to me.
There's a piece of pizza in
In
All
a
Dogs
Goofy
Go to
movie
Heaven.
/ All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Best drippiest cheese of all time. I've had this conversation with a lot of people, and it's always either Goofy Movie or All Dogs Go to Heaven for the pizza cheese. But I would say also the food and Hook. I was really obsessed with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who played Rufio is on TikTok now, And he said that it was food coloring and Ready Whip in just buckets and buckets, and that they got to eat it, which is not surprising.
I don't know if I'm happier knowing that or not. I can't decide. Because I could make that, is what I just learned.
Yeah. You can have your own never food.
I think I like that.
Yeah, good. You should like it.
Yeah. Okay, so Lion King. What are other why is Little Mermaid better than Lion King?
It's not, is the answer.
I would say that if you're in it for the smooches, it's better.
There is one smooch, and it's between a man and a woman he does not know.
That's not true.
Who he barely listens to, even though she's clearly trying to explain a situation to him, and he has no interest in what she's saying and zero understanding of her situation. And they only smooch because they were peer pressured by a bunch of fish.
Listen, that smooch doesn't happen. It gets interrupted.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And that always has begged the question for me, because it looks like they're in a pond. How did the eels get there? Are they in the ocean or not? But I think that The Little Mermaid, start to finish, is building so much sexual tension. The whole thing is just unfulfilled sexual tension.
Yeah. I like that when Ursula becomes like that skinny white woman, how she like chooses a body that definitely looks
What are you talking about?
the woman that she chooses to look like when she turns into a woman. Like, she looks like there's a natty ice missing from her hand.
Damn. That's a rough patch.
so-
I do think that she looks like she's had a couple of rough years. Maybe she's partied a little too hard. But I also think she looks too old for Eric. Like, to me, she's coming in with some cougar energy.
She looks older.
Yeah.
She looks tired. She like looks like haggard. Like, what? Why did she choose this form?
Damn, Diana. Yeah, I don't know why she chose that form. But maybe, like, Eric is...
Maybe she knows
into that.
something.
Maybe she knows that he would like to be led.
Yeah.
As it
she
were.
He needs to be, taught how to do his taxes and stuff. So
Right.
She had to get him.
You know what is so good about The Little Mermaid that everybody always forgets? Is Les Poissons.
The chef guy?
Yes. The whole
Who tries
Les
to cook
Poissons
Sebastian?
scene is terrifying.
It is very terrifying.
It's really scary. And it's nice to have like a little break in the middle of the actual story. It's like a little
The
side
sexual
quest.
tension. Is the sexual tension still being built through that scene?
Yeah. Yeah, because that chef is like, it's gonna get hot in my little pot, or like whatever the fuck he says.
Nope, whatever he says is now replaced with "it's gonna get hot in my little pot."
And he's like, before he gets really angry about Sebastian, he's like pretty flirty in the kitchen.
Yeah, he's very sexually attracted to the crustaceans that he
Yeah.
viciously murders happily.
Well, I think most of them are dead already.
Right, it's just that
Because
Sebastian's
it's like a
not.
kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But also good that you just kind of skipped over is Kiss the Girl. So good.
Kiss the Girl is a good song.
Yeah. You know what else is a good
Yes.
song?
What?
Under the Sea.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Good song.
You know what else is a
What
good
are-
song? Poor Unfortunate Souls. You know what else is a good song? Part of That World. Fuck.
Eh.
Wrong.
The first three I give you, though.
You sing
Absolutely.
that song.
Yeah, I do, but only for the laughs.
I think there are more good songs in Little Mermaid than Lion King.
Oof.
Let's compare. Let's do a tit for tat. What's the opening song for you?
The opening song of Lion King?
Yeah, it's Circle of Life. I'm just getting
Yeah.
you started. Okay, Circle of Life versus We Are the Daughters of Triton. You win.
Yes.
Villain song.
Be prepared.
Poor Unfortunate
Poor
Souls.
Unfortunate Souls. Be prepared still wins. We got an army of hyenas singing that song.
Poor Unfortunate Souls is really good, though.
It's very good. It's still not better than Be Prepared.
I think you might be right, but I do think that it's really good. All right, the love song. Kiss the Girl versus Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Kiss the Girl's
I
better.
will give you that one.
Yeah,
I'll give you Kiss the Girl.
better.
Yeah.
What are other criteria?
Humor song, Hakuna Matata versus what? I'm not sure what's...
It'd be fucking Under the Sea.
Yes, Hakuna Matata wins.
Asshole. No, it doesn't win. Under the Sea wins over Hakuna Matata.
No.
All right, the Independence song.
The Independent song. What does
would
that
be,
mean?
I think, Part of Your World versus Gonna Be a Mighty King.
That I'll give Part of Your World. I would give that.
I actually wouldn't. So I'll take it. I'll take it and keep my mouth shut. But I think that
Okay, good.
Just Can't Wait to Be King is pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it.
Okay.
All right, so I guess
Now-
Lion King won.
Lion King wins for music. I think Lion King also wins in two other surprising categories. I think The Lion King 2 is the only good sequel that Disney films have ever made.
I think that is not true because I think that the third Aladdin is really good. But that's not what I'm here defending. I actually have not seen the second Little Mermaid.
Not very good.
It's about their kid.
I know
right?
the animated series gets a lot of love, but
animated series is better than the Timon and Pumbaa animated series for sure.
yeah.
All right, how about fuckability?
Fuckability. Nala's got
No.
some real sexy eyes.
Yeah, but
And Ariel, I'm sorry, but she chooses to stay human. That's some very weak energy, and I just don't know that I have
I
time
don't
for
think that we can bring
sexually.
I don't think that we can bring her decision making into her fuckability.
I am very attracted to the intellect of a lass and her decision to stay a boring old human in order to be with a very boring man just really turns
We
me
don't
off in a
know
lot of
that
ways.
he's boring. We have not had the opportunity to find out if he's boring.
He only owns one white shirt and
Nala does not own any white shirts.
that's what I'm talking about.
All right, so it has to be Ariel versus Simba because they're the main characters.
Okay. Simba is played by Matthew Broderick, and he's hot. So
Ariel's boobies are out.
they're under clams. Also, you don't know if those clams come off or not. I don't know that,
I
certainly.
don't need them to come off. I mean, if we're talking about sex with a lion versus sex with a human that never can get their boobies out, then I'm gonna go with the human.
If anybody has bone ability in The Little Mermaid, it is Ursula.
Well, yeah, but we didn't get to that yet. Bone ability of villains.
In which case, Ursula wins for sure.
Yeah.
Scar is.
Is it
I
that
mean-
we don't think Scar is boneable or that we know Scar wouldn't bone us? Because for me, I think it's the latter.
I think Scar would do what he was told, first of all.
No.
And second of all.
No. No. I am only not attracted to Scar because I know he would reject me. But in my heart, he's very sexy.
I.
Christ. This is God.
This is awful. Okay. So, yeah.
All right.
All right. So,
Let's talk about
think that-
in a non-sexy way, if we can.
okay. Yeah. Also, Lion King had the better video game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think Little
Yeah.
Mermaid had a video game.
I
But the
think it
Lion
did.
King video game is an amazing game.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the support trios.
Okay.
So Zazu v. Sebastian. I think Sebastian's better. Sebastian has a song, and Sebastian has a little bit of like an arc with regret and remorse.
Well, so does Zazu.
I don't think as much. I think when Sebastian realizes that he brought Triton to the cave, like he's pretty fucked up over it.
Yeah. But then he doesn't learn his lesson at that point, and he keeps trying to
Wow, that's the
you know,
same
bring her
character.
down.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sebastian's better.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I'll go with Sebastian on that. And then I think who's the flounder equivalent in The Lion King is Pumbaa, right?
No, I think it's Timon. I don't think there is a Pumbaa. And then I think it's
Well, the seagull.
yeah, but the seagull I think is the dumber of the two. Flounder is just
Maybe.
like sweet and naive and young, which isn't Timon, but
Is Pumbaa. He's
but
sweet and
Pumbaa is a
naive.
dumb ass, and so is that seagull.
The seagull's not dumb. He just doesn't understand what human items are. But that's not, it's just because he doesn't know what they are. He's trying his best to figure it out.
Excuse me, that seagull is a fucking dumb asshole. Not because he doesn't know what human stuff is, but because he leans so heavily into thinking he knows when he doesn't. And I don't have time for that.
All right, so then he's not Pumbaa.
No, exactly.
Because, yeah.
Oh, all right. So maybe he's Timon.
Yeah, I think so.
He just doesn't have like leadership energy like Timon does, but he's more outspoken. So
Yeah. I just think as a trio, Rafiki, Timon, and Pumbaa win.
it would be
overall.
Zazu, Timon, and Pumbaa, and they only meet each other at the very end. They are no trio. Whereas, if we're talking about team building skills, Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle, that took me a while, are working together to
Scuttle
get
is in,
Ariel
one
laid.
scene.
No, he orchestrates the entire Kiss the Girl. Well, no,
And
I
then
mean,
that's it, right?
well, Sebastian technically orchestrates it, but I feel like he gets it together.
He just gives her a fork and then leaves.
No, he's always showing up to help. He's part of the effort to get her laid.
He just gives her a bunch of garbage and then tells her, good luck. Good luck with your prince.
That's not what happens, and you know it.
Also, the Lion King's romance is not the focal point of the freaking movie.
Yeah, that's a strength.
Which is great.
That's a strength.
For sure. It's just like a little side point that is nice and fine and doesn't, necessarily need to be there
Unless
for the story.
what you want is the escapism of the romance genre. We don't all have to be dealing with like grieving the passing of our fathers and mentors and, questioning who and what we are and abandoning our life's responsibilities and just the internalized shame. Like sometimes that's too much for a movie.
Sometimes we all just want to completely get rid of our responsibilities, tell our dad to fuck off, and become a human for a man.
Yes. All right. So what if this was a story about your dad being abusive, you being in high school, you being in high school, and you having the opportunity to like go into the fucking hedge or become a superhero? Because that's what this fish out of water story basically is for her. To have legs is like
Except
having a
it's the
superpower.
opposite.
No, No, but that's
It is.
no. Well, it is from our perspective, but you have to reverse it for her.
There's no such thing as mermaids.
She
So, like,
gives up
there's-
everything to be what seems to her to be a fantasy creature.
Oh, that makes me so mad at humans. Like at all humans to write a story where it's like, it's the fantasy of magical creatures to be just like us and have legs.
Yes. And that makes her brave and cool.
She had a fin.
So
She could swim.
So did everyone else she knew. She couldn't dance. She couldn't walk on a street. She could not feel fire.
They were dancing just fine during Under the Sea. They were dancing.
Yeah, but she couldn't do the old
plenty.
gumshoe. She couldn't tap dance.
She
She could never hear the beautiful
could never do the
sound
Charleston.
of tap shoes. She probably couldn't really hear anything very well because of how sound travels underwater.
Then why the hell do they have so many bongos? I think that clearly they could hear music underwater.
I don't know.
She sang.
She sang, but nobody could hear it as well as they could hear it above water.
We'll never know that because she gave away her voice in order to go above.
She didn't give it away. It was like a gamble. It was like a little bit of a, you can have my voice until I succeed at this thing.
She was really taking a lot of gambles with her.
Because she is fucking brave. What did Simba gamble?
His life.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. When he came back to the Pride to fight Scar.
When he had nothing
could've-
left to lose and he had fucked off for like what appeared to be an entire generation.
He could have stayed with Timon and Pumbaa. He could have stayed living that carefree life, eating bugs, looking up at the stars, daydreaming, living a life of luxury. But instead, he did the right thing. He went back home. He confronted his uncle. He almost died in a glorious battle, and he saved the day.
I don't think there's any excuse for that fight to have been as close as it was.
How do you mean?
Well, Scar was established from the beginning as being like totally weak and not a good fighting lion. And at this point is an old man lion, and Simba is in his prime.
Yeah, but Simba also hasn't been like lion training. He's just been on vacation for 13 years.
I mean, still.
He's just been like drinking beer and eating chips by the poolside
Oh, that sounds nice.
with his two buddies. Also, I really relate to Timon and Pumbaa being really sad and upset that they're going to lose their friend when he goes to take his responsibilities.
That is nice. Yeah.
I really appreciated that because I was like, I wouldn't want them to leave.
Yeah. But also they were just using him as like a bodyguard.
That's not true.
I mean, eventually they got closer, but I think that was the idea in the beginning.
He was a little baby when they found him. He was
Yeah.
no bodyguard when they first found him.
Yeah, but he was still a lion.
Yeah, but a little baby lion.
Yeah, and Timon was like, if we get this fucking lion on our side, no one is ever going to mess with us.
Yeah, but then he's their friend.
Right. I'm just saying, there were some motives.
Sure.
Well, Diana, who do you think won?
Well, I think that I definitely won against Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I think that
I mean, you made me change my entire choice. Before you even started talking, it was just me hearing my own voice.
I think that it's much closer between The Little Mermaid and The Lion King. However, I still think that The Lion King just edges out.
I think they have to coexist. I think that at the end of the day, their appeal is fundamentally different enough. But if there had to be one, all right, as an adult, I'm saying Lion King. As a child, I would be saying Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Because I do think that even though it makes you internalize it in a fucked up way, and like as is demonstrated by my weird relationship with Beauty and the Beast, I think that it is a vital part of these stories to be like, to dream of being a self-insert and where your life can take you, like, away. Whereas I think that The Lion King is kind of about owning up to your responsibilities and taking care of, like, your family and, like, staying put.
100%.
Whereas I do feel like most other Disney narratives, like, are about launching.
About taking you away, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the launch is a really important message for kids.
I think it's complex,
Yeah.
but sometimes problematic. That's such a common narrative for kids. But I guess that's why I like The Lion King, because it was like that wasn't the focus. Was that the going off and escaping was something that he needed to do at the time, but that ultimately he needed to come back and take care of business.
Yeah. All right. Well, he gave me something to think about, Diana.
Oh, thanks. I can't wait. I'm going to go watch Be Prepared right now.
You're just going to be, like, disappointed.
I know it.
You're just
I'm
going to
ready.
say,
Okay. I can't wait. Great.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the next time we have a Versus, it being something that I have more of a leg to stand on.
yeah, I'm really excited to duking it out more. I
Yeah.
think we should do that.
I'm sure you're excited because you just fucking flounced me.
I am, but I'm also looking forward to getting my ass kicked at some point.
I'm so
It will
disappointed.
happen.
I really thought I had this in the bag. I really thought you were going to bring some weak bullshit to this.
Nope. I came in strong.
It's like that game everybody plays, and then they get mad at you if you're Kirby. Smash.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but sure. Yeah. No one plays video games with me.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode, and we want to give a shout out to our
thanks.
VIP patrons. We have Celeste, who should not be paying that much money. Actually, you know what? Thank you, Celeste.
Thank you, Celeste.
We have Daniel. We have Nuance. And we have Chris. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. You can find us on Patreon. We are now searchable on Patreon.
Yeah.
So if you search Femsplained Podcast on Patreon, you will find us, as well as some other bad people. So don't click on them.
Yep, don't.
But we are there.
You can. Okay, Diana, why don't you give a little bit of a self-follow pitch?
Oh, I'll do that. You can follow me. I am Super Dylan everywhere. SuperDylan.com, Super Dylan on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and Twitch. And basically, if you go to my website, superdylan.com, you will find everything about this podcast. You will find everything about my published RPGs. You will find everything about what I'm doing on Twitch, etc. So you will find it all there.
Awesome. And you should definitely follow Super Dylan on Twitch because there's some pretty cool new stuff coming on.
That's
their
true.
Twitch. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I am a cat attack everywhere. Most places it's a _ cat attack. Couple places there's no underscore. But you can likewise follow me on Twitter, Twitch. Don't follow me on Instagram because it's mostly just my baby. And I'm not on TikTok because I don't. I was going to say because I don't suck.
Say something.
I was going to say I don't suck.
Go ahead.
But I respect a lot of people on there, so I.
That's all right.
All right. Oh, and then Femsplained. Follow Femsplained everywhere.
Yeah, Femsplained Cast on Twitter, Femsplained Podcast on Instagram, and you can email us at femsplainedpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. If you have a podcast that you are interested in maybe a little bit of an ad swap for, you can reach out to us. That is an option.
Yeah, please do. So thank you. Bye.